Hello, everyone. I'm Sue Griffey, also known as Sue Mentors, and that primarily describes what I do with most of my time. I love to mentor. Today, I'm going to be giving you an introduction to the 4 steps to build and use your professional presence. So let's get started. When people come to me, it's often in my mind, and now I see more people on video, not just audio. I see this in emails as well. They're struggling. I need to apply for a job, Sue. I don't know what to do. I'm ready for a promotion. I can't figure it out. And I look with them at what they send me, which is usually a resume. When I talk to them, they have 5 or 6 different versions of their computer, as you can see on the upper right. Their LinkedIn profile may not be very well filled in. Hopefully it's a lot better than what's in the bottom left by James when he posted his. But ultimately, they're under some kind of time crunch or needing to get something done, and they're in a hurry, and they want to figure out how to start working, for example, on a resume template. So what I'm going to go over here today are what are the 4 steps to building your professional presence. I'll go over them briefly and then talk about how you can use it to expand your professional presence. I'm glad you're here today. Then you meet my goal of don't wait until you need to use these to get these done. Do them now, and that's what you're here doing. Thank you. So let's talk about what your professional presence is. My definition is that it's how you are and how you appear in the professional world. So you might think of yourself as these people. You can see people top to bottom. They're dressed nicely. They have some demeanor that says that they're outgoing, or they're certainly engaged in what they're wanting to do. Your professional presence is like that. It tells people who you are in person, on the phone, on video calls, on all the screen life we have, in writing, both print and virtual, and also as someone else describes you. So these 4 steps will get you to that professional presence that you'll have a solid base to build from. So as we go on, let's start back again with that, our friends that we saw on the previous slide. When they come to me, this is how I see them. I can see glimmers of what they're trying to tell me. I can see parts of them, but not the whole. I have a lot more questions about what they say they've done than what they've told me in a resume, for example. A consistent professional presence with your 4 steps completed conveys who you are and where you're going in your career in an evidence-based way, so people know that you can produce the results that you say you do. Here are the 4 steps with the 4 things we'll be working on. In step 1, a bio para, what other people might call a summary paragraph. Step 2 is writing your full CV, your history. Step 3, tailoring a resume template. And step 4, your electronic presence, primarily in LinkedIn, but you may have other sites you use. So by the end of this, if you're working through the course, the workbook, or the even different videos that I have, you'll have 4 products. And those are things you'll build and then be updating. You have your bio para, your CV, your resume template, and your LinkedIn profile. We're doing this to tell a complete and cohesive story that aims you at where you want to go. You're going to get to the top of the mountain, you know where you want to go, and now you're going to go there. You're also doing it so you can write once, use often, and disseminate everywhere. And you'll be more efficient in your career development because you'll never have to go back again to 5 different resumes to find that one resume where you described a job you had done. As a result, when you look like these folks do with their professional presence built up, you'll be able to tell a story. You'll never lack for finding a result or an achievement or an accomplishment when someone asks you the question, tell me about yourself, tell me the best thing you've done in the last year. So let's dive in. I'm going to briefly describe each step. The first step is writing your bio para, knowing yourself and owning yourself. You're the best person to tell your story. And if you don't tell your story, who's going to tell it for you? But you're not just telling your story with a big picture. And by the way, you get to start choosing your own title. You're also going to aim at where you're going. And this story tells people why they want to hire you, even if you're trying to change the career field you're in. The second step is writing your complete history in your curriculum vitae, your CV, to show what you own. So you will probably have more than 2 pages. Here's part of mine. What you will also have is something, and you'll learn about this in this section, intellectual property. This is not just a historic document of everything you've done. It will describe and you'll be able to define and describe the products that show your experience, your evidence-based results, and your achievements. Step 3, tailoring your resume. Then you get to do this more easily because you have those evidence-based results. You can describe things much more readily in a way that people will understand it and hear it because you've got evidence to show them. Your 2-page resume template will be full of evidence, but it won't seem very crowded. And finally, you're going to be putting yourself out professionally to be more visible, a LinkedIn profile that's complete, that tells a story. And people find the same information there that you have put on other websites, on documents, or even in what people who are talking about you describes your experience as, for example. Here's the people. They're all put together now. They're going to go out and use their professional presence. So first, you're going to be able to engage more and have more visibility on the different social media sites, the interwebs. You'll have more opportunities for networking with a much wider network because people are going to be wanting to engage with someone they've seen put interesting information in a chat box on a webinar, when you've commented on someone's post, or you've posted something yourself, or when you've met them in person, when we get back to doing that more regularly. Second thing you're going to use this for is achieving. Job searching. You'll be able to job search. It's not fun, I know that, but more easily, and you'll have the evidence you need. Job promotion, same thing. You will have the evidence you need to do a job promotion. Honors and awards. Applying for fellowships and internships, also applying for graduate school or other kinds of training. You will have everything you need in one place. And finally, making big changes, moving on in your career path, or even getting off your career path into a completely different field. As you can see in the bottom left, 2 different paths you could take. And all of this comes from the 4 steps. I know you're here to get started, and we're happy that you are going to be working with us. So great. I'm sending you my virtual pom-poms and saying, please connect with me on LinkedIn, Twitter, find my stuff on YouTube, and we'll get going from there. I'm also just going to close now by showing and thanking all the photographers who did the wonderful work that I was able to use in today's introduction. See you on step 1.